Bart drew a picture of Skinner on the wall using ketchup and mustard. When Skinner caught him, Bart immediately ran for it. Feeling he was running too slowly, he squirted mustard on the ground and slid along on it. This did make him much faster, but just then, the bottle ran out. Without any lubrication under his feet, Bart went headfirst straight into the detention room. Meanwhile, a nuclear leak occurred at the power plant. Inspectors used a Geiger counter to locate the source of the leak. They opened the refrigerator and found a box of cheese labeled Homer's Property.
Hey, get your own yogurt.
Burns placed the disgusting cheese in a box and ordered Homer to take it far away from him.
Woohoo! Business trip!
At the same time, Skinner established an anti-truancy squad at Springfield Elementary, with Lisa as the team leader. She discovered that 3 6th graders had been skipping school. According to the attendance records, they were the school's 3 bullies. Homer then brought the extremely smelly cheese to Apu, hoping to exchange it. When Apu opened the bag and took a whiff, he felt like he'd been punched by the cheese. To get rid of Homer, he agreed to give him all the cheese in the store. While Apu was helping Homer get the cheese, the 3 bullies came into the convenience store planning to steal something. Once inside, they discovered the incredibly smelly cheese and simply walked off with it. Skinner ordered Milhouse to apprehend them, but Lisa noticed something was off. The bullies could have stolen anything, yet they just took the cheese. This didn't add up. So Skinner had Milhouse continue surveillance to find out what they were really up to.
Hey, Milhouse, what are you spying on? Those bullies?
The bullies grabbed Milhouse, crushed his earpiece, and threw him into a dumpster. They didn't even spare Homer. Then they used a branch to lock the dumpster shut and pushed it onto the roadway.
Mr. Simpson, I'm scared.
This is our life now, Milhouse. We're dumpster folk.
Meanwhile, Lisa couldn't reach Milhouse. Skinner immediately declared Milhouse fallen in the line of duty and crossed off his name. But now the squad was left with nothing but dead weight. The only person capable of finding the bullies was Bart, but he was still in detention. Skinner had no choice but to swallow his pride and ask Bart to come out of retirement. Bart, however, had one condition: complete immunity for all pranks. Skinner initially refused, but remembering the school's bake sale that afternoon, he agreed. After all, 90% of the school's funding came from the bake sale. With the terms settled, Bart needed transportation.
Yes, of course. I think we can wrangle you a used bicycle. Do you prefer Schwinn or Huffy? Bart? Where did he... My car keys!
At that moment, the bullies were in a basement concocting a stink bomb. They added 6-week-old bottled farts, possum musk, and sweat. Finally, they added the extremely smelly cheese. A stink bomb capable of knocking people out was complete. Jimbo then used a test tube to extract a single drop of the noxious gas. He wanted to test it on Ralph. Sure enough, after smelling it, Ralph went into a daze and collapsed to the ground the next second. Bart witnessed the whole thing and reported it to Lisa. Lisa sent Bart the floor plans of Jimbo's house and told him he had to stop them. Just then, Martin crept up behind Lisa. He immediately called Jimbo to warn them they'd been compromised and told them to evacuate.
Now make your split screen vanish. Will do.
Bart infiltrated Jimbo's house, only to discover the floor plans were completely wrong. Then he heard noises from the basement and rushed down to investigate. By the time he got there, the bullies had already fled, leaving Ralph behind to fend for himself. They now had to find the bullies before the bake sale. At that moment, the 3 bullies appeared at school carrying the stink bomb. Martin saw them but chose not to tell Lisa. The bullies made their way to the school's ventilation room. Just as they were gloating, Willie spotted them. Willie grabbed his mop, ready to take them down, but one man was no match for 3. Just then, Willie's mop hit the alarm switch. Upon learning this, Lisa immediately alerted the others. Surprisingly, Martin volunteered to go check it out. On the way, he ran into Nelson and even greeted him. Bart noticed this and found it suspicious, so he confronted Nelson. Under intense interrogation, he learned that Nelson and Martin were both in league with the bullies. Bart immediately informed Lisa there was a mole.
Now, I don't have much time, so I'm just gonna come right out and say his name. So get ready to know his name. His name is the following. Skip to my loo.
Bart and Willie were tied up. Martin's reason for being a traitor was simply to protect his ant farm, but what he didn't realize was that one of his ants had already defected. The bullies set a countdown on the stink bomb. Bart now had less than 3 minutes. Once the timer reached 0, the gas would disperse through the exhaust fan into every corner of the school. Time was running out. Although Bart's hands and feet were bound, his tongue was still nimble. He successfully sent a warning to Lisa. Lisa was shocked when she received the photo. They had to short-circuit the ventilation fan. Bart scanned the room and spotted a water shutoff valve on the wall. He decisively had Skinner remotely open the valve. Once the room filled with water, the water would short-circuit the exhaust fan and stop it. Then Bart realized the rising water would push them toward the fan blades. The sharp blades would slice them to pieces. At the critical moment, Bart dove underwater and made his way to another vent. He called for help from someone outside the window. Mel spotted Bart. The chief immediately drew his gun and fired at the glass repeatedly, but it turned out to be bulletproof glass. Seeing this, Marge grabbed her cake and smashed through the glass. The stink bomb landed at Homer's feet. Homer, thinking it was coffee, was about to open it and drink it.
Dad, that's a bomb!
Here, it's yours.
Lisa caught the stink bomb. She immediately hit the emergency stop button, averting disaster at the last second. Marge quickly untied Bart. She was overjoyed to see that Bart was still alive.
Oh, I'm just glad you taste like hot dogs.